light vanishes inside the concrete slit. The structure goes deep under the earth.
No idea. Could be connected to one of the buildings around here. We might find her down somewhere. There's an old storm drain system beneath Martinez that's mostly collapsed. In conclusion, she could be under any... I hope not.
Maybe it's just a storm drain. There's no echo. Is there something here that would indicate a sniper used this place as a nest for taking... In the distance you can hear...
I don't see it, Lieutenant W. Freitor. I don't see a person take a shot here and hit something there, in the whirling in rugs. It's not possible to climb that ladder, and even if it were...
It does look extremely rickety, and wouldn't help much either.
Those? A smoking assailant who favors Timotiri to Astra or Joanne? Cigarette.
Still, you felt it was important enough to make a mental note. That means something. You didn't pay attention to any of the other cigarette butts on the coast.
To warm his hands before pulling the trigger? Perhaps. But anyone could have made this. The coast. Truthfully, this seems like a very poor choice to take a 1.2 kilometer rifle shot from. Visibility is awful. There's water vapor everywhere.
There, 1.2 kilometers over the wave-crossed bay. It's late. There is no light on the third floor of the Whirling in Rags. No There's some tear. You see, a slogan used to enter. Above the mural, a collapsed roof, broken windows set in wall. Feld Electrical. Feld Electrical, you only know them as a small company that makes ink cartridges. There's something in the wind. Sometimes the only way to go forward is to... Indeed, somehow you knew it was here. An urban ruin, gutted by looters that once used to consume money and
In there? She could. Or she could be in the identical ruin over there, or in that boat shack, in that church tower.
Why single out this one building? The once bright mural towers above. Even though you're sure you succeeded, all is quiet. There is no cold hand brushing against your forehead, no rustle in the reeds. The wind has died down. Trying to talk to the wind, the city, whatever you thought would happen, did not. Is trying to talk to the city something you've done before? Is it in your secret repertoire? A trick for when you're...
How do we? I was really hoping she'd be in the village. She's probably north of the village, and this place is a peninsula. We already scanned most of the outdoor areas on our wild cryptid hunt, so we have an understanding of the geography. And then there's the church. We've already searched that and can rule it out. I know it doesn't feel like progress, but exclusion is... Anyway, we do it the old-fashioned way, sector by sector. Go over the whole peninsula, ask the locals, enter the places where we can enter first, like we did in the village. Then, if we're desperate, we can look where we can't enter. Bunkers, storm drainage, this place. I'm sure it won't come to that.
Walk the coast, the old boardwalk, the reeds. You can always come back here. An adventure away. Buckle up and raise your collar. This search is going to be wet and cold.
No, I'm afraid I can't help you with this one, officer. It's just a regular...
So you haven't seen anyone?
No, I'm sorry. As I said, this is just a day off.
There's something friendly and familiar in... He's telling the truth. He hasn't seen anyone.
Always my pleasure. Hello again. No,
Just no?
it's pretty desolate here. I only hear the dogs bark at night and see the shadows move down the coast. Exactly. It's our chance to turn the grim desolation into a...
A young man with peroxide blonde hair holds up a Harman Welshi tape player, nodding along to the music. He looks as though you're supposed to be sharing some
Hardcore! It's hardcore! Skibbity, skibberdanger. I am the rearranger.
Your cop training did not prepare you for this. Could there have been a right way out of this garden of forking paths, you think?
So you had a talk with Andre, and now you want to discuss things with Noid. Good. It's good you talked to Andre first. Gave me time to get a reading on your sign. Can't really talk to people before you get a reading.
This young speed freak seems to know a lot about signs. His look is intensely suspicious.
The hardcore aesthetic is esoteric. It's not meant to be discussed with the law at this moment.
It's not easy to reach a harmonic resonance of signs without some adjustment.
Yes, further sign matching would do good for us. One way to achieve this would be by getting... Don't think so. Big bad frequencies are extremely negative. Thought suppression, dream implantation, memory revision.
There is fear there, but also curiosity.
Besides, our own signs aren't even synced yet. So how am I supposed to get you synced up? Yeah, gotta compare. I suck at socialising, man. Even now, our sign synchronisation is way off.
Hi again. So, how are things going? And? What happened? Oh man, the crab man you mean? Who is he? What did you think? Really? Huh, interesting. What's he doing in the church?
No matter. Is he gonna be...
Yeah, Noid is right. Let's get back to the point.
These guys will never catch him. You will never catch him. There's nothing to do.
I dunno, man. Doesn't it feel like a major hindrance to you? A spooky guy climbing around when all the guests are trying to have nice, friendly hyper time?
I guess it's not a massive problem, now that I think of it.
Everyone is welcome. Maybe. I guess we'll figure something out. Okay, but what about the other spooker? The one in Grandma's clothes? Did you see her? A programmer? That's odd. What was she like? Did you ask her about the nightclub?
What a pity! That's my favourite thing in the world! And she doesn't like it at all!
A shame. What can we do now? Do you see a way out of this jam? And into a laser-lit...
Unity! Dance!
And you can't just evict her?
Look at you!
Oh, no, Noid. He's right. Maybe we've approached it the wrong way after all. I'm sure there's a workaround. If that's okay with her, we only want to get in the church and...
The line's in the dark!
At least Crabman seems like an advanced being. He's hard.
Yeah, he can do his climbing thing in the tower. And the programmer, does she like Nordic dance music? Wonderful! If coexisting fails, you can always muscle her out, right? If it's all okay with you, what do you think? Excellent! Good luck, my friend. He's a quiet man, mostly communicates through music, and by being a master of ceremonies. Well, he's just kinda here. I don't really know how to communicate with him. Yeah, sometimes, when I stumble and find my way into his centre, you have to hear a lot of hardcore to the man.
The man smiles mysteriously. I get it. He's a puzzle.
Goodbye.
The scruffy-haired little boy.
What bad people?
I don't think questioning 4-year-olds without their parents present is gonna crack the case.
Then we're definitely doing it.
Tequila sunset. Can't really remember seeing any women after losing my keys.
He really has no idea who this Ruby is, sire.
The legend returns. You know the dance. Smokable smokes, pissable pilsner. Drink it, then convert it to piss. And there's spirits and speed too. See, friend, it's real valuable. Right. As I said, that'll be...
Yes, what is it? What? No, no one's...
She has not seen her, sire. 'Tis true.
I don't want to make anything work. Yes, anything.
It's not the anodic dance music that's made her bitter. It's the failure of Fortress accident.
That's right. If we couldn't get our Welkins to happen, I don't want anything to happen. Ever again.
There's not a trace of irony in her voice. She means it. Easy. When her research is done, she can move out.
What? No, I don't really need any help with the project.
She thinks about it. A glassy look in her eyes. A gust of wind brings...
Alright. Bring me the game's offsite copy from my old workspace, if you really want to help. It's stored on a filament memory, and I'm unable to go and fetch it myself. Yeah, that's the one. You can get in through the bookshop. You just have to do some explaining to the bookstore lady. Good. Then you might know the giant ice bear fridge in the building's cellar. The filament is inside the fridge. Just go and get it. In the giant ice bear fridge. I just told you. It has red glowing eyes. It's impossible to miss.
But you've been to the fridge and it wasn't there. There was a note saying...
Wait. A note from whom? Did it specify where they took the filament memory? Jawiza. Of course. Our project lead, Suliswov Jawiza. God, he was always so hell-bent on keeping the copy somewhere safe. And feature creep, and the Valley of the Heads. Like it would have made a difference. The offsite copy was perfectly safe when the data loss happened. That data loss was anomalous. And the heads... I won't even get into the heads. Millions of them. Go find that copy from that ice cream maker, will you?
Valley of 1,000 Heads. You like the sound of that.
This is getting ridiculous. Can't you just defrost it? Or, I don't know.
There's a solution, but she doesn't want to hand it over to you yet. It's a thing. Something she holds dear.
It's a backup of my former employer's project. The radio game we were working on. It's stored on a filament memory. Just like...
She's making it extra simple for you.
The backup itself is destroyed now. But I'm hoping to use what's left of it to pinpoint the exact location of the anomaly.
Hold on. If it's called an off-site copy, then why is it still on-site?
The bookstore lady hates me. Says I'm part of the curse. Whatever that means. Because she's from Martinez, and people from Martinez have never ever seen a radio computer. She thinks it emits elemental evil. Yes, but she literally started praying for the higher powers when she first...
The lieutenant coughs like he's a...
Once I came in one morning, only to find that my terminal was full of those strange trinkets and amulets. Wards. It looked like... Oh God, not this again. It is not on-site.
Basement? Sounds like it's tech...
And no, taking it outside the building wouldn't have protected it from the data loss. There's nothing wrong with keeping the backup in the basement. What happened? Was we clear?
This is clearly a painful topic for her. She must have had to
Thanks. And here's my Qualsund multitool. You might need it to hack loose some ice. It opens everything. If you get me the offside copy, then you can keep the falsehood.
It hurts a bit for her to say this. She's not too happy to be part. This orange machine is dead still. It has a hand-cranked ice cream churner and an electric freezer. You slip your fingers under the frozen lid, but the ice is too cold for you to get a good grip. A pry bar would come in handy here.
Didn't Sona give you a perfect tool for this kind of job?
Equip the multi-tool.
This orange machine is dead still. It has a hand... This orange machine is dead. Ice groans and howls under the strain of your giant Kvalsund multi-tool. Darkness lies inside, but you can faintly make out an object, intricate and foreign. You gently lift the cube from its frosty bedding, careful not to damage it.
We should take it back to Miss Lukanen killed as soon as possible. I'm not sure how well unused filaments tolerate...
Yes, but aren't you curious to know what's on the precious filament? Tiles on the cube are still smoldering, casting the framework in a soft glow. Fluorescent play and print keys shine on the keyboard. The filament slides out of its like a smooth drawer. The filament slides into place. On the keyboard, the play key starts blinking. The speaker comes to life. Static seeps through the machine's...
Good evening, Fortress Accident en rue de Saint. Please repeat. Is this the offside copy? Good. Please repeat the password. No, that's...
Maybe it's the second part of the leitmotif you saw on the stained glass window.
Good. I've unlocked the offside copy. After...
Ka-ching.
Fortress Accident, is there anything else I can do for you today? Thank you.
Tiles on the cube are still smoldering. It sounds like something cracks. Before the piece of paper, something's broken. Machines aren't supposed to behave like this. The paper is soaked with ink. Its monochrome darkness spanning from margin.
Odd. Something is obviously broken here.
A single speck of white shines out from the shade. For some reason, marked by the devil. Looks like gibberish. Better get running again. Tiles on the cube are still. The filament slides out. Tiles on the cube are still smoldering. Like a smooth drawer, the filament slides into place. On the keyboard, the play key starts blinking. Nothing happens. The speaker.
Good evening. Please repeat. Is this the product? Good. Please repeat the password. No, that's not it. Good.
Really? She just used the same password? Maybe those radio computer guys aren't that paranoid after all.
Fortress accident. Thank you.
Tiles on the cube are still smoldering. Cast with a quiet determination, the printer starts printing. A piece of paper unfolding like a hand. It's a project report written by the lead producer, Andrew Andy Schott, about Wirral. The first few pages give an overview of the capital and workforce, while the rest of it seems to be a production schedule. Fortress Accident employed 18 people, the bulk of the team composed of writers and concept artists. There were also radio programs and a single overburdened producer who developed a habit of popping Pyrrolidon in the basement to escape his obligations. Why did Fortress Accident have so many concept artists? It didn't. No, definitely not. A few more producers could have come in handy though, especially when dealing with writers, some of whom routinely skip to work because of mental. One of them even managed to steal some valuable company property before skipping town for good. The production schedule depicts their glorious descent into bankruptcy. Not the concept artists. It wasn't even the writers. With them, it was impossible not to fail. The project was too large and no amount of money could satiate. They tried to make a 4 million real game with 400,000 in them. They thought they could bridge the gap with pure will. They couldn't. No, even then, success remained within an ever-narrowing margin. That is, until they discovered the Valley of the Heads. At the 11th hour, the lead designer, Jimsk-born Sulisław Jalisa, decided that what Wirral Untethered needed was a sequel. This place was to be the Valley of the Heads, where the heads of all the headless constructs could be found. The player would have been able to choose a head for their headless party member, and each head would have been voiced on air by a professional actor. The world had never seen their kind before, and might never again. So many. The last count, there were approximately 10,000 heads for 10,000 headless men, all of which could be endlessly recombined. Do you really want to know? There seems to be a calculation here, but it may take a while. The lieutenant taps his foot impatiently. What if you broke the radio computer? What if it's never going to stop? And that's it. Well, yeah, that and the catastrophic data loss. On the nature of the data loss, there's ominously little information in the production log. It comes at the very end where what is clear is that one day an unidentified numeric anomaly occurred on the East Insulindian lintel front, just as the Wirral Untethered project was being compiled that day. When the project was returned, it was completely blank. The team spent weeks on the phone with Lintel, the service provider, but despite their diagnostics, they could never produce a satisfactory explanation or pay for the loss. Always read the term. And let's face it, they didn't have any money left for illegal action. Mysteriously enough, it seems that The offsite copy happened to be on-site. It was the lead programmer's responsibility to oversee weekly maintenance of the offsite copy and, well, keep it off-site. S. Luukinen Kilda, the lead programmer of Fortress Accident. The off-site copy was on-site because there was no off-site anymore. Not for me. Not after 8 months. I didn't have a home anymore. So I started keeping it in the basement in the ice bear refrigerator near where I went to sleep. It was perfectly safe there. The temperature conditions were optimal. Her former colleagues would agree with you. The production schedule ends with a few random notes that seem to be added sometime later. 4 months later, by an unknown author. I am the only one left, and it's gotten rather damp here. A few other businesses have gone under too. Slipstream switched to making skis, and the hairdressers just left, cursing Martinez. They're right though. Some things seriously still haven't got an answer from Lintel about what happened. All I could get were the physical coordinates of the error on the East Insulindian front on that day. Since the computation happened on air, I reckoned I have compared the coordinates to a map of Revachol West. Turns out it's only 800 meters from here. The address is Saint-Brun 1147. That's what the street sign tiles on the cube.
Yes, what is it? Yes? Thanks. Looks like it's the one. Now I'm going to print it out to see what's left of it. A speck of white? That's exactly what I'm hoping to find. Lintel was able to divine the location of the anomaly from this broken copy. I want to repeat. Watch. What an intricate...
The paper gets soaked in ink again. It's evil black. This is wrong. Machines shouldn't behave like that. Sorna doesn't reply. Her hands running over the printout.
Here. I found it. Hold on. Shh. Just give me a second.
I've never witnessed a programmer work before.
Done. I've got it. I found the location of the anomaly. Thank you. There, in the swallow. Think you can help me again? I need you to go move those water bolts for me.
You like moving things around.
Just walk over to the circle and follow my instructions. Move the third bolt 2 centimeters to the left, and the fourth bolt 5 centimeters to the right. This should do the trick. Thanks.
It's awfully silent again, as if someone... Measurements have been marked down around the bowls. Each chalk drawn line. Oh boy, this is going to be good. It moves like a ghost. Some water spills out. The lead programmer sends you an encouraging thumbs up from across the hall. time to run back, or maybe walk. This
Yes, what is it? Great. Everything should be aligned now.
Miss Know-It-All is hesitating.
Yeah, let's do it. Now the only thing left to do is to if we got the location right, we should then be able to hear whatever sound this anomaly makes. Honestly, I'm a little scared. I don't know. That's what I'm scared of. I don't know. I mean, what sound does the nothing make? How can you even listen to something that doesn't exist? What if silence is only what surrounds it, but the swallow itself is... Maybe I'm just tired. Yeah, you're right. Let's do it.
The lieutenant, and then nothing happens. As Sona, you can hear some small animal cross the floor in the chancel. It's that quiet in the sanctuary. She doesn't talk. Her eyes closed and brows knitted together in a
Damn it! Yeah, nothing happened, let's move on.
Despite her fear, she was hoping for something extraordinary to take place.
No, my hypothesis was wrong. According to this, I should have heard something, if I got the coordinates right. Like I said, but this is just another failure. Silence sounds like silence. You can try on the headphones. See if you can hear anything.
Silence is silence? You're sure that this can't be it? You should have a listen.
Yes, what is it?
Everything disappears. You are draped in silence like a dress, and then the pressure changes. It feels like flying on an aerostatic, or when your ears pop, or like a subtle difference in the act. What if the sound you're looking for is too low for you to hear it?
A better sound system? Alright, but where would...
Suddenly, a rhythmic beat permeates the walls, causing a small...
They should really allocate some renovation funds to this place.
No. What they really should do is shut down the disco men for disturbing You mean the speed freaks? Of course, the speed freaks. They have a fantastic sound system. And I guess I could live through a week or two of peace.
Brilliant negotiating there, detective. As always.
Sure. Let me know how it goes. Thank...
Hi again. So, how are things going? Yes? What's the deal? We are grateful, Copman. You're an augury of a new era of Nordic dance music. That's fine. We can manage. And you're still sure about keeping our little side business, right? Fine. We can make do. It's going to take us a bit to move our stuff inside. A couple of hours, maybe. Come check back later.
once bright mural towers above. The once bright mural towers above the breeze like a... The once bright mural tower... Suddenly, there's a sigh, carried on the molecules around you, moving, flowing from high pressure to low pressure. Like that, in through the collapsed roof, flowing down a concrete staircase to the basement, sweeping away...
She's down there.
Okay. Why? Good, good, yes. Cold spells. So basically your hangover is telling you she's down there? So, how do we get in there? The doors were on the collapse.
Finally, my time to shine.
Perhaps you can climb them. We are not climbing anything. I'm 43 years old, and I plan to live to see 70.
There has to be a way to use brute force. Climbing sounds unsafe. Brute force is safe. Look around and find something to break if the ladder fails. A rusty ladder.
Yeah, that doesn't look good at all.
The distances between the remaining rungs are rather wide. You'd have to use the mounting brackets. However, in addition, the first rung is going to be tough to reach. It's what, 3 meters above the ground? And you're 180? Okay, but still, the roof is collapsing and the wind gets pretty brutal up there. Dismount. What if you were to do something? What if you were to reconceptualize climbing the ladder? Astral projection. Be open-minded about this.
Teleportation is not a thing.